I'm over here. All right, today I'm doing something a little different. The topic that I have doesn't really have any kind of script associated with it. This is more so me just speaking from the heart. It's something I want to share with you now because there's a whole journey, there's a whole process, there's a method to what I'm doing now and what the Lord has planned for me. So I'm not here speaking with you now just for the sake of making a YouTube video, putting this on social media, having a way of just connecting. Although that is great, I do desire to connect with you, with other Christian creatives. But I'm here on a much, much bigger purpose. So some time ago, the Lord had given me this sort of charge, this command to incite and provoke people to create for God's kingdom. And at the time, I want to say that was probably a year or two ago that he first gave me that. I didn't really know what that meant. I didn't know how that was going to play out, what the scope of it was, or anything like that. But as I revisited that, it began to pierce my heart. It began to convict me. My own personal journey in relation to being a creative, being an artist, has shifted from doing things that were more secular, that were very worldly, to shifting that into doing the artistic things, doing the creative things for God's glory. And I do want to expound upon that whole journey in a separate video. But for now, I want you to have an idea and a scope. I want you to have the mindset, the proper understanding as to why I'm here now. So I'm here because the Lord needs people like you. He needs people like you with the gifts that He's given you, with the talents, the skill sets you have developed, those things that may have seemed like hobbies or side projects, fun, simple things, but things that at some point or another you may find yourself very passionate about. I myself have found a passion in several different things. And so, I understand what it is to sort of be able to create just for the sake of it, but also now I have a different understanding of creating for God's kingdom. There's a whole different level to doing that. So think about it like this. Instead of just creating for the self, for your own personal self, think about what the things you're creating are going to be for. Think about who they're going to be for. Think about who they're going to serve. The gifts and talents that you have are not by accident. They're not coincidental. They are not just some mere happenstance. You have the gifts that you have very purposefully and intentionally. You specifically have the exact and specific set of skills you have for a particular reason. And so I'm here just to ignite that fire, to light a fire in your heart and your spirit so that you are charged, you are motivated to seek after God, to seek after His kingdom and His glory, and to create, to do the works, to use your hands and your mind to create and develop and innovate and do things for God's glory. Because there are people out there, hear me well, there are people out there who need what you have to offer. There are people who need to be delivered by way of the things that you may provide. There are people who are suffering but can be healed, can be helped and soothed and comforted by the testimony that you have through your works. I'm touching on this now while I'm in the beginning phase, the beginning stages of what the Lord has planned for me. And I know that He has greater things than just this. The YouTube videos, they're just a way for me to reach you. And I hope that if this video has found you, that you are where you need to be to begin to seek after Him, to begin to chase after Him, to have a greater desire, to have a burning desire in your heart to seek after Him and to seek what His will is for you and for the things you're able to do. And I cannot stress this enough. The gifts and talents you have are there for a reason. Do not squander it. Do not leave this earth with potential. The things that you have to be expended while we're here on earth. Take this just as a message. I hope this has entered your ears and settled in your heart. And I hope that there's a stirring in your heart. And I pray that you seek after God more and more each day, and that you discover what His will is for you. Because when you begin to realize that, specifically as a creative, as an artist, when you realize what the Lord has planned for your gifts over what you thought you had planned, life is going to be so different for you. Hear me well, it's going to be so different. Everything that you do, the motivation behind what you do will change forever. It will never be the same. It's never going to be about just you. It's going to be about the Lord and who what you're doing is going to serve. So I thank you for your time. And as always, I'll catch you next video. Be blessed. Deuces.